Hi guys, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to do today's video. This is going to be an introduction video to Merlin and his energy and who he is, what he does, what he's here to help us do, and helping us tap into our magical abilities. The sad situation of it is that Merlin is not really talked about. He doesn't have a lot of recognition, I feel, for the Ascended Master that he is. If you go searching for his material or searching for who he is, you won't find much on the internet, or you won't hear a lot of people talking about him. That's just my perception. Maybe you have a different point of view, but that is because I'm hearing him say magic is dead on the planet, or has been for some time, and he is here working with all of us to reawaken the magic within. Society, the collective, is at a pivotal point in time where we are ready to have magic back in our lives, to awaken this magic within through our psychic gifts, our spiritual gifts, our inner magic, whatever you want to call it, whatever you identify with. He is here to help us through that and to bring these gifts back online, so to speak. So Merlin, he is, and this is channeled words that I got from him. So Merlin is an ascended master. He was a healer, wizard, and he's also a spirit guide for many of us who are here to work with the energy of Merlin and magic and awaken our own magic. He is a guide to those who want to awaken their magic and use their innate inner magic. And he's coming in hot this year, I'm hearing. He's coming in hot because a lot of us are finally ready to start using our gifts, or ready to have magic back. We're transitioning into an Aquarian age, into a fifth dimensional energy where we are activating our soul purpose and awakening our inner gifts. And a lot of us don't know we have these gifts. They're just dormant within. So Merlin is here to help with all of that. If you're a believer in magic, the chances are that Merlin has always been with you in this life. Think back to your youth. If you were drawn to magic or anything related to magic, that was Merlin guiding you towards your journey of reawakening your innate magic. As a kid, I was always drawn to Merlin's energy, and I just wasn't consciously aware of it. My favorite Disney movie for a really long time was Sword in the Stone. Looking back on it, I see where a lot of movies that I was interested in had, like Lord of the Rings, that Merlin type energy, Gandalf, or, Harry Potter with, what is his name, Dumbledore, and, all these wizard type energies. I've always been drawn to that. So ask yourself where Merlin has shown himself to you in your past, and you're going to start seeing these light bulbs hit, and you're like, oh my goodness, yes, that's where he was. He was always there, and he's now brought you to this point in time to bring this energy about. Just a really quick backstory on how I was introduced to Merlin. So my spiritual awakening, my first one, because we go through many, my spiritual awakening back in 2012 up until 2018, I was working solely with Yeshua, which is Jesus Christ. I was then introduced to Raphael, Archangel Raphael, and then I was healing aspects about myself because I was battling autoimmune disorders, which I have battled off and on the past decade. I have 2 autoimmune disorders which go in and out of remission pending how my emotional state is. So I've learned a lot with Raphael on how to heal my body. I then went into the spiritual healing of the emotional body, which Archangel Michael came into my life to really help with that. So through my spiritual healing and my, healing my body, healing my emotions, mind, body, soul, I then got to a point in my spiritual journey, in my awakening journey, where I was ready for the next level. So 2020, I was then in a deep meditation with Raphael was there, Michael was there, and Yeshua was there. And we were all sitting around this little table on pillow cushions, and Yeshua said, I want to introduce you to your next spirit guide. So this magnificent energy came through, which was Archangel Metatron. So since then, the beginning of 2020 up until recently, I've been working nonstop with Metatron's energy, and he's really helped me. He was the one that pushed me into doing pick a card readings. He got me to start tapping into that energy last, 2020 in July. He started having me play around with that energy, get used to that energy, how to channel that energy, and how to get used to channeling just in general. So this point in time, I am now working with Merlin's energy, and Merlin was introduced to me by Metatron in a meditation on September 22nd of last year, 2021. So in that meditation, Metatron and I were in the woods. He said, "I have a gift for you." And he gifted me with these white iridescent wings. And for those of you that resonate with that, we all get to a place where we can develop our wings. It was like an up-leveling point, an upgrade point in my journey. And I was using these wings and flying around this land that we were in. And it was a magical land, and I could see unicorns and fairies and elves and mermaids and all these magical beings that are all folklore or myth, so they say. I was then drawn to this castle that was on the hill. It was this white castle off in the distance, and it had all sorts of crystals embedded into the outsides of it. It was the most beautiful iridescent white castle that had the most beautiful crystals, even crystals I've not known about in this life, just the most magical crystals ever. The energy was just so amazing. And when I landed on this little platform in front of the entrance, there was this tree, this really large tree, and the tree dropped a piece of fruit. It was a peach. And then this little elf being came up to me, and the elf told me, "The tree is offering you, so you need to accept." So I was eating this peach while I was waiting for what was about to happen next, and Metatron came into the meditation again and was saying, "I need to introduce you to your next spirit guide." And I was thinking like maybe Buddha or some person other than the person that came through. And when this person came through, it was Merlin. And I was just blown away because I'm like, no freaking way. I believed in Merlin, but I don't know per se that I actually truly believe that he existed. And when he stepped forward, my energy was just like a little kid, excited, like, "Oh my gosh, you really exist. This is so cool." And he was huge. He was like, Metatron's energy is very massive, very like, if I could describe it, it's like a mountain, just very expansive, very large and in charge kind of energy. And Merlin's energy was similar, like grand and very present and like, here I am kind of energy. And he was 7 feet tall. And he had on this like soft white, almost light gray robe that sparkled. It had like iridescent sparkles in it. And I was just blown away. He had a really long beard, like long hair, white, just like how you would picture Merlin to look. And he had a staff and everything. Merlin's energy is very like that, just grandfather, just wisdom, and wants to teach you and help you learn. Merlin is here to work with all of us, especially those who are, gifted in certain areas. Like, we all have psychic abilities, but Merlin is here to awaken these gifts that we've had. He is a teacher, he is a spirit guide to those who want to help heal others. So if you are called to the energy of healing, Merlin is working with you. If you're called to the energy of magic, Merlin is working with you. If you're called to just be of service and help heal this planet, whether that's environment or humanitarian, more than likely Merlin is working with you through that. We are all Merlins, which means we hold magical abilities whether we are consciously aware of them or not. It's just about acknowledging and recognizing your inner abilities and using them in order to strengthen them. So everyone has magical abilities. It's about being in alignment with our true authentic selves and becoming the alchemist through the healing of your body, mind, and soul to be able to access and unlock the magic within through the remembrance of why we've come here at this time. So Merlin comes to those who believe in magic and to help them to remember and awaken the magic within, to teach and help them and guide them with the tools and the steps on how to use their magic in this lifetime, as well as help you awaken to why you're here and what you're meant to do in this life with these gifts, and connect with and call in your powers or magical abilities that you had in other lives, past lives. We can actually tap into our other lives and call in the gifts that we had within those lives and use in this life, which is a whole nother video in itself. But Merlin can help you with the assistance of that. And he is really here to help us push past our fear of magic and our doubts and our insecurities within us surrounding our own magic. He comes to those who want to apprentice with him. He comes to those who are ready for their next step into awakening their magic. And he comes to those who believe in magic. So if you are a believer in magic, chances are Merlin's energy is already around you. It's just a matter of tapping into that magic and really consciously being aware of Merlin's energy. And if you are watching this video, this is your 1000% confirmation that Merlin's energy is around you. It's not like, oh, maybe, or, no, it's a definite. If you're watching this video, he is saying it's a definite. I am with you. I am around you. And start calling me in so we can work together. Most of us aren't consciously aware that Merlin is there, just like we're not consciously aware that our other angels or guides are there working with us until they make themselves known, and then the light bulb goes off in your head and you're like, oh, this is definitely this energy working with me. So part of that is because, like, why Merlin is not so talked about, or why he's not so in your face like Metatron, or in your face like Jesus, or in your face like, you know, all the other ascended masters or angels or teachers, or like Buddha, is because his energy has been really humble, really quiet, and it's also because our planet has not been ready for magic to be called back in. So his energy, he's been working with people on a silent behind the scenes level, but now we've hit the Aquarian age and we're ready to tap back into the magic of ourselves and bring magic as a whole back into earth, which you guys look around. Magic is everywhere. How many TV shows are you seeing with magic? Look at Netflix. There's so many, like Merlin, and just go look on Netflix. You'll see so many magic shows. There's so much magic just flooding in as we speak. So it's awakening on the planet, which is so profound because we are so desperate and hungry for this energy to be here. We are so desperate for magic on this planet. If you're interested in activating your psychic abilities or your magical abilities, your healing abilities, whatever you perceive it to be that you have, Merlin can help you get there by consciously being aware of him and calling him in and asking for assistance and guidance to awaken those dormant abilities. A lot of us are awakening to our soul purpose, to our soul mission, which when you tap into your soul mission and you awaken to who you are, your true authentic self, with that comes activating your gifts, your innate abilities, your magical abilities, your psychic abilities, and all of that have been dormant, or that maybe weren't dormant. You had them maybe as children, and then they just got shut off because of fear of not understanding what your gifts were. You know, a lot of information wasn't around when we were kids, unless you're in your, you know, early stages of adulthood. Maybe you had more access than I did. But my gifts as a child, my parents didn't understand it. They didn't know what that was. And, you know, I could see auras, and my mom did talk to a psychic friend of hers when we were younger, and the woman kind of explained to my mom what was going on with me, but she couldn't recommend anything tangible for me to do, or, you know, people to talk to help these gifts stay active, or to help me understand these gifts fully. So I had something kind of traumatic happen to me in my youth with sexual abuse, and that kind of was when I turned off my gifts, and I kind of went into myself, and I really shut down all of my gifts, because part of awakening your gifts is being very open. Your heart chakra is open. You yourself are in your authentic self, your true nature of who you are, which children usually are. You know, that's the part of, you know, being around children's energy. You're just like, wow, they're just so free. They're so themselves. And it's just such an amazing energy. That is why they're able to have these abilities when they come in, they reincarnate, is because their vessel is so pure and not tainted by societal conditioning, or not implemented with fear through you're an evil person if you have these gifts, or you're going to go to hell, or you're working with Satan. Like, come on, what 5-year-old or 3-year-old or 2-year-old that has these gifts is really working with Satan? Are you kidding me? Like, that's so ridiculous, because this is a God-given gift. So why would God give this to people if it was of... Anyway, I did a guided meditation that had channeled words from Merlin. In that meditation, there are a lot of healing energies and frequencies that I've channeled through and implemented into that video, and also a lot of light activations and light codes. If you are interested in working with Merlin or being introduced to Merlin, he is saying go to that meditation and listen to it, because that is how you can call in his energy and be introduced to his energy and develop that connection with him to then progress forward. So that meditation is really profound, you guys. It has a lot of healing in it. It works with all the elements of earth, and it helps you to manifest what you want to call in. So it's a really profound meditation. And I'm not saying that just because it's my meditation that I did with Merlin. I truly believe this meditation will help you in ways that you can't even fathom. Also, he recommends getting this. I was called to get this Merlinite crystal. So this is Merlinite crystal, and it has really profound abilities. It really helps hone in on your psychic abilities. Merlin is here to give us the keys to unlocking our innate magic by helping us to heal those pains within the collective and ourselves from the persecutions and all that, by giving us the tools and the guidance needed to remove our fears, our self-doubts, our insecurities, etc. surrounding magic, and allowing us to tap in and use our magic, as well as releasing the need for us to compare ourselves to others with their gifts or their talents. So the biggest thing I would say is, if you are awakening your gifts, or you know you have gifts and you are aware of these things, don't compare yourselves at all to others, because that will sabotage you and take you backwards. So it's about recognizing that we are all unique. We all have different hair, different skin, different color eyes, and that's for a purpose, just like we all have different gifts. So just because this person does it this way doesn't mean that's for you. You may have similarities, but you're going to have your own magic abilities and your own gifts show up in a whole different way than maybe you've ever recognized in anybody else. But the fact that you recognize the magic within others means that you hold that within yourself, because the universe is you pushed out. So what you see out there is just a reflection of what's in here. So that's really profound, is if you see it, that means you know you have it within. So on that note, let's go ahead and sage really quick, give you a final cleansing of earth, air, fire, water energy. We've got earth and water. Now we've got air and fire. So Merlin wants to cleanse you guys. Let's light this puppy up. Cleanse you, sage you, release any fears surrounding magic, release any insecurities surrounding your innate gifts or abilities. Really tap into yourself and know and trust and believe in you. All right, and then we're gonna pull 1 or 2 or however many final messages Merlin wants to bring through. Merlin, any final messages? Do I have a hair in my mouth? Sorry. Any final messages, Merlin? Final messages for this video. Oops. Okay. For the life of me, I cannot shuffle cards without dropping them. It's just part of the process. So here we go. So we have Guardians of the Land Protection. And we have Hummingbird Spirit Joy. So the message I'm getting right now is with the Guardians of the Land, the protection. Merlin is sending a lot of us protection right now surrounding our fears, and just protection in general with using these gifts or starting to go into these gifts. So he's going to guide you with ways to protect you, to further develop these skills, to not go backwards and drop into fear, to not go backwards and start shutting down your gifts because maybe certain people don't resonate with it. So you're going to start receiving guidance from from the elements of earth as well. You know, earth, air, fire, water elements with Merlin is very big. So he's going to help bring you certain tools and guidance from Mother Earth using her, either through water. He's drawing my attention to water right now, saying that we can activate water and put in the energy of water. You know, if you can take a water bottle, put your hands around this water bottle and really center in your heart and call in the energy of healing and activate that energy through your heart chakra, through your hand chakra, and call in that energy with your essence and activate that water. You can do that with anything. You can do it for getting more creativity, for having healing and all of that. And as you drink this water, you say, thank you for this healing. As you drink that water, thank you for this creativity. Or if you're calling in love, thank you for this love, you know, whatever it is, he's saying he's going to give you tools and guidance and show you how to use Mother Earth to cultivate your gifts stronger. And become the alchemist, I'm hearing. So that's really profound. All right, the hummingbird spirit joy. So I'm getting an interesting message with this because Merlin is saying he's going to start presenting himself as a hummingbird to you guys to remind you when you see a hummingbird, that is Merlin. To remind you, you do have these gifts. To remind you, you do have magic. To remind you of who you are. So if you see an actual hummingbird or if you see a picture of a hummingbird, however it comes to you, that is Merlin. He's going to show up in different ways in the future, I know this, but as of today, he's saying, I'm coming to bring you joy, the energy of magic, and when you see the hummingbird, that is me reaffirming that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed this video, like more than you know, and I know that Merlin's going to be working with us a lot more this year. He's already wanting me to do a pick a card reading surrounding your magical abilities to see what comes through. I'm so excited to do that for you guys, so be on the lookout for that in the future. And on that note, I really hope you guys go watch that meditation and start calling in Merlin to work with you, because his energy is so amazing. I don't know if you felt it through this video, but his energy is truly, truly powerful, you guys, and he really wants to work with all of you that believe in magic. So call that in and start working with Merlin, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Sending you so much happiness, joy, love, light, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, guys.